Okay, golden oak putty, golden oak stain. Okay, now we're going to put it on this 1x6, actually it's 1x5.5 oak. Alright, this is going to be the door casing. Okay, golden oak. Now we're going to pour it into our container. Should be enough to get started and then some. Alright, I'm going to start it right about here. Okay. Now I'm going to go down. This is the top. Alright. I'm going to take this golden oak, and you can see you just got to spread it out. And just go. Okay, move your container down. Okay. Spread it out to the outer edges. Okay. Okay, still have plenty. I have a sponge in the middle of this rag. Okay. Then you're going to come up here and smooth all this out. Okay, I am not going to the top on purpose. That way it'll give me room to finish it out. Okay, I'm also going to install, and this is home improvement tips, with this barn door casing, okay, that we're making. All right. So I've got the other pieces over here. All right. That's what you're looking at. That's the header piece, the short one on top. Okay. Catch the center. Okay. I'm going to wipe this down before I start on my next one, but we want to get this covered. Okay. Now you can see it's kind of heavy there. We're just going to go ahead and blend that in. Alright, if I want this darker, then I can take another coat. But we'll see how it dries. I may want to do another coat. Give it a double coat all the way. You want to just blend and rub, smooth out all this. Any heavy spots, again, just blend them in, spread it out. All right, and this is a barn door casing. All right. Now I'm going to catch the outer edge. It's all going to be visible. You can do it all the way around and seal it. Completely seal it all the way around. Okay. Catching all this here. Okay. using the excess that's on the staining sponge that I've created. This is just a cotton piece of material with a small piece of sponge on the inside. Alright, now for the other side. Okay. You also want to camphor these edges because they have a tendency to want to splinter. You don't want to get splinters, alright? You just lightly catch this edge, the outer edge on this corner. Alright, you can see what's coming off. Okay, then after I catch this corner, right dead on the center of that corner, alright, then I will go flat here, catch it flat right there on that edge, smooth it out, and then catch it the other way, right here on this edge. Okay, nice and smooth. That sharp edge is now gone. Okay, slightly rounded. All right, and do that the full length of your board. Okay, this is a 1x6 oak that I'm going to be using for my door casing. And we've already started staining. This is how they're coming out in the staining. Okay, and this area here is where there was like a knot. That's why it's darker in that area. Center grain. Okay, those are going to look good. Alright, so I'm going to catch this outer edge, keeping it flat, then catching the face where I've chamfered the edge. Alright. Okay. This is the top. Alright, I've already done this outer edge here. Okay. So now we're going to stain. Now the stain, it's a pencil mark there. Alright. The stain will remove the pencil mark. Okay. And water on a rag will also remove the pencil mark. All right. Okay. Now go center. All right, and then just work it, taking it to the outer edges. And this way you don't have it running, you don't have the stain running over the edge, creating drips and messes. All right. Then we're going to come back and wipe it down and blend in anything that's left that's a little heavy. Okay. And catch any areas that might be a little darker, so you blend it all in so that it's got a nice equal coat, nice equal color. Okay, looks like I need to just re-dip just a little bit at this point, barely get it on the surface. Okay, center. Ooh, I wasn't going to go all the way up. I messed up there. Okay, what we still have, that's good enough. Okay, now we're just going to blend in anything that's light and anything that's too dark. Okay, so we're going to equally distribute this stain. Okay, as you see, anything that's too dark, we're just kind of wiping it out, blending it in, bringing it back. Okay, This is almost like giving it a second coat as you blend it in. Okay, now how do we do it? Looks a little light right here. Sometimes the wood grain itself doesn't absorb as much, so it's going to be a little lighter in that area. Okay. And it's drying. It dries fairly fast. It's probably about 70 degrees out here. And a little light breeze. Light breeze. Okay. Okay, you want to just kind of feather it off as you blend this in. Okay, I kind of go back and forth and I feather it off, all right? Lightly feather it off. I get lighter on the pressure as I'm coming to a stop. All right. And when you start, you want to start at the end. Okay. And then you just come along all the way to the other side. And if you're stopping short, then start lightening up your pressure and feather it off. All right. Okay. Now that's looking pretty blended. So a little bit right there, you see this dark area in here? It's a little heavy there, all right? I'm going to start above it. It's in a light pressure. Okay, and I'm just feathering. All right, and blending it with very, very light pressure. All right, and I catch it all the way to the other side. Now, looks like it's a tad heavy right here. We want to take care of that. Okay, just come all the way across. And blend this here a tad. There we go. All right, you don't want any lines in the edges. And if you do as little as possible, you can get that to blend in, and you put on to blend to stain. And see this here? Again, just light pressure and blend it. Okay. This area here is the area I was talking about sometimes, where the grain isn't very coarse and it's not receiving as much stain. But now I can do a light coat there as it sets up and darken it up. Okay. So you can touch it up carefully. All right, I'm going to be staining the door and the barn door, the door I'm using for the barn door. And I'll be using a spray bottle technique for that. Okay, let's catch this edge. Bring this over. Okay. Now if this isn't too damp, you won't get a stain here at the top here at this edge. All right, otherwise it'd be squeezing out of this and be squeezing onto this edge, and you have a dark line here at the top. After doing this, that you'd have to blend in if you have too much stain in it. So you want your rag just damp, so it just transfers what's there to the edge and not on the top part of the corner here on the side. Otherwise that would be real heavy. Again, that's got to blend that. Okay, sometimes you want a long movement, fluid stroke, so that you blend it. Okay. Okay, bring this over here. Okay, there you have it. Bam. And if you do get a bunch of heavy line here at the top, start at the end and just light pressure and just kind of wipe, come back and wipe. Okay, then just light strokes, light pressure, and you can take it off, all right? All right, I put that in place. I put it in the center, all right? So you measure left and right, you find where it's going to balance. And we've got a 1/2 inch on either side, and I shot one nail here so I can adjust. Okay, I run this here. All right, I'm going to have to tap the bottom. All right, now we're centered from top to bottom. All right, now I need to check it this way. And that's looking pretty good there. See. Okay, I can tap it in just a little. All right. And that's center. Okay. Now, one final check. I should be away from that wall a 1/2 inch. And I'm right at a 1/2 inch that way. And I'm right at, well, it's actually 3/8 of an inch on each side. Okay. Now, I am going to shoot this right here in the center. I've got my chisel holding it so it doesn't take it in too much. Okay, I could shim it. I do have a shim right here that I can put in place to hold it at that point. Okay, I want to shoot this right into the wood grain so that it helps to hide this. Okay, actually I'm going to come over here to this edge. All right, I'm going to shoot it right into this wood grain. Okay, now I'm going to come over here to the other side. You can also use a chisel or a putty knife to do the same. Okay. Okay, I'm going to put the chisel in right, the shim in right there. And again, I'm going to shoot right into the grain to hide the nail hole. Okay. Now, let's come up here. All right, now this is where I'm going to use my chisel. All right. Just going to put it into where it's snug. I'm going to shoot in front or above the chisel into the wood grain. That's what makes this oak nice. Okay. And again, I'm going to do the same on the other side. All right. Okay, now I'll come right up here. Okay, going to catch this here, give a little bit of resistance, go above my chisel into the wood grain. And now on the other side. And then if I'm not straight, I can then pry it out a little, make adjustments where necessary. All right. Now I'm going to check this upper portion. Oh, that's nice. Nice and level. All right, now I'm going to do the same down here at the bottom. And after I get this leg set, I'm going to do the header. Okay. Again, the beauty of oak is it has real coarse wood grain, which allows you to shoot right into that wood grain and hide the nail. Okay, I'm going to catch one more here. Okay, and then another one on this outer edge. Okay. All right, now down at the bottom to the wood grain. Then over here. And we're good. Now, if I have any adjustments, I can take my chisel and pound it and drive it where it needs to go. But this looks nice. Now that I have that in place, this is going to dictate the header. All right. So now we're going to get the header installed. Okay. All right, now for the header. Don't want to do that. All right. Let's get this lined up with where she goes. Okay, well, I'm going to use some glue on the joints that I about forgot. So I'm going to use the glue. Don't forget your glue. All right. Now, glue here. All right, now, now that it's all glued, all right, get this up here, get this lined up. All right, now we're going to take this piece. 1 second, please. Bear with me. All right, now Alright, I'm going to put some liquid nails. Alright, now get this up in here. Alright, this also helps take the place of the shim. Okay, and holding it in place because it'll squeeze out and hold it and create a filler on the back side. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, now let's catch them side to side and side to side, left to right. Okay. Now, this will hold it and will be in like Flynn. All right. I'm going to get this side lined up where it goes. All right. Now we're going to introduce this and bring this up here where it goes, and we're good. All right. Now we just got to line it all up. All right, now okay, now we got the header in, we got the legs in, now we got to get them dialed in. All right, now let's make the adjustments. All right. Measuring tape, come along to put it to the drywall. Okay. Make sure we have this right where we want it here in the corner. All right. I'm going to add a 1/2 inch. Well, a little less. And how are we looking here? Okay, that's looking good there. That's looking good there. All right, now, gotta get the leg adjusted where she goes. Okay, let's knock that over. Not too shabby. Too shabby there. Right. Okay, that's looking pretty good. All right. All right. Make a little adjustment here. Okay. Now, let's check it. Now it's getting better. Now it's getting better. All right. Let's zoom out. Okay. And we're gonna all right, now all right. See how it's looking this way. Okay, let's check it. Where are we at here? A inch. Okay. A inch. All right. Now let's check it this way. All right. So in this particular side, the way it worked out, I'm just going to be able to shoot it right into place. Okay. So I got a slight bow here in the middle. So we're going to catch this grain. Come here. Push it in. All right. All right, now get that flush. Barn door opening, cased with oak door casing. Okay, and this is home improvement tips. I've lost some footage, unfortunately, so you have part of this being framed in, and this is the finish. Okay, this is home improvement tips, aka Z2 tips and tricks. I lost some footage of this barn door casing, barn door getting installed, but I put as much of this in here as I was able after the fact. So thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, save for future reference. So bye for now. God bless, take care, and thank you for being a part of my community. Bye for now. Keep looking up and never give up, because there's always a way. Always. Bye for now. Keep looking up. There's more to come. Next, I'll be sanding and staining this door for the